So today I will be featuring a person who is aligned with sports and of course theater. And before we were colleagues in the BPO industry, and now he pursued his passion. So our discussion today will really talk about how his journey to the activities that he is involved right now. He is known the baby boy of our team before. So ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Mr. Blaire Parojinog.
Hey! Thank you so much for having me.
Hi Blaire. I know that it has been 5 years that we were together in a side, and I know there are so many changes. So just let's not have that throwback picture. And you know what I mean, okay? So let's just take sa ngayon, Blaire. Wag na natin yung wag na yung mga past life natin, okay?
Okay.
So we are very interested and with your passion, especially in a lot of things. I saw recently that you have a lot of activities and it involves strength, it involves time. So foremost, what we really wanted to know is, sino ba si Blaire? So can you tell us more about the story of Blaire?
Okay. The story of Blaire. Okay. So to be honest, my story is kinda complicated. It's because I grew up from not a very normal. I would say I came from not a normal family. Okay, because my parents were separated ever since I was young, and the one who took good care of me was my grandfather, Enchong. So I would say na growing up as a child, I had a lot of insecurities because of that. Because I would always think na bakit hindi ganito yung pamilya ko? Why would I have to go through like this? Parang ganun. So I would say that yun yung story ko. I grew up from a not so normal family, but still growing up, as I become older, as I mature, I actually realized that there's still so many things to be grateful for growing up. Because even if yung family ko is not the typical Filipino family that most Filipino people would know, still nabuhay ako eh. I have my family sent me to school, sent me to a decent school, and I can stand my ground right now, and those are the things I'm grateful for sa family ko.
True naman yan, Blaire. And I can really say now, with our age, I don't think that, a broken family is not a normal anymore. I mean, I saw a lot of story, and I don't think that will be a hindrance to anyone's success. And I think that it became a normal because, our setup here in the Philippines is kind of complicated compared to other countries. And I think that's one of the things that, the factors, that's why we have a lot of stories like that. But people from that family, I find them very strong. It's because that's where the being independent started. So I that's a normal story, but I like meeting people with those background.
Yeah, to be honest, there was one point in my life that I thought probably because of my family background, kaya ang dami kong mga failures in life, kaya ang dami kong mga dreams na hindi ko na-achieve. But as I grow older, as I become mature in my life, I realized na I should not blame it because of my family. For example, meron akong dreams na hindi ko na-achieve. It's not because of them, it's because of me. I did not work hard enough for me to achieve those dreams. So I realized when I grew older na life is what you make it. It would still be your choice, regardless of the things that's happening around you. It would still be your choice.
Exactly. Very well said. Well, anyways, so Blaire, I mentioned earlier that I saw a lot of activities that you are really involved in right now, and those really interest me because I think that I'm older than you for few years, around 2, 3 years. But I don't have that energy, Blaire. So, well, of course, I'm not really into that physical thing, but you've been into triathlon, you are into the theater, so you have a lot of energy. Can you share to our subscribers and viewers what are the activities that you have involved yourself in the past and even in the present?
So, what I'm currently involved right now is that I'm into theater and film. But right now it's kind of hard to do because of the pandemic. But whenever there are projects, I sign up on those projects as an actor. Aside from that, before the pandemic, I was training for Spartan race. I was really aiming to actually win a Spartan race because there were a race already before that I almost won. I finished 4th place, and then after that, it gave me like a fuel na hindi pwedeng on the next race 4th place pa. I should finish podium na. So, but on the next race, nagka-pandemic na, hindi na ako nagkaroon ng chance to win a Spartan race before the pandemic. So right now, what I'm currently doing is that I still train, I still work out para if ever Spartan race would resume again in the future, then I would be prepared. My body is still prepared to join Spartan race. So yun yung mga ginagawa ko. Even before the pandemic, I am a theater and a film actor, and on the side, whenever I have chances to do it, so I also join Spartan races. And when I join Spartan race, I don't do it just to experience it. I really join the race because I want to win.
Very competitive. I know that you are competitive, and correct me if I'm wrong, Spartan, that's somehow related to triathlon, correct?
Somehow related, but because with triathlon, athletes would have to run, would have to ride a bike, would have to swim. Pero sa Spartan race kasi, there's no obstacle for you to use a bike. Sa Spartan race, it's just purely running. The only difference that we have with other races is that there are obstacles like monkey bars, there are walls that you have to climb over. Kasi kapag hindi mo na nagawa yung mga obstacles, they won't let you move to the next part of the race. So stuck ka dun sa obstacle na yun. Okay, so you really have to do the obstacle. If for example, hindi mo nagawa yung obstacle, there is a penalty, 30 perfect burpees. So merong marshals na magbabantay sa'yo if you're doing it right. Because if you're not doing it right, you have to start all over again.
Feeling ko doon lang ako sa first level. Hindi na ako makabubuan sa 30 burpees.
So we do like 6 kilometers, 12 kilometers, and then 12 and 24 kilometers. Sorry, I forgot na kasi it's been a long time since I joined the Spartan race because of the pandemic. But 6, 12, and 24 kilometers, and then every race, it's either 15 obstacles, 20 obstacles, 25 obstacles that you have to go through.
Yeah, and in that activity, I know that it involves a lot of gym time, and I can really say before that Blaire became a gym rat because meron ka mga video. I think you were featured in some of that like a gymnasium, like a gym, and here in Manila, and I was able to saw your video that time, and that's where it started that, okay, he went to a different route. And thank you for giving us that, background about the Spartan. I really don't know about that. And anyways, so you've joined theater as well, and I saw some of your videos, and there's even like a line there when I think that's a monologue where sabi mo pa doon na nag-couple, parang yung best friend ata yun siya, and then sabi mo pa na nag-couple watch pa sila pero wala kang time sa kanya.
Couple watch pa kayo, wala naman siyang oras para sa iyo.
True. So how does it change your the passion? Well, the two things are really two different different things. So how did you transition as well to the theater?
It was not hard for me to transition to theater because it's something that I've always been passionate about since I was in high school. It was only in college that I stopped acting. It's because, of course, we have to be practical. It was my parents who chose my course in college, so it was very far from arts. But then when I started working again, and when I felt like I was already established in terms of my work, and there was one point in my life that I feel like I'm growing older already, but I haven't achieved all the things that I wanted to achieve in my life yet. So that was my turning point, and that was the time that I chose to, okay, it's about time that I start doing the things that I want to do. So that's when I started joining theater. I first joined theater, and then I saw Spartan Race online. I saw some pictures of Spartan Race, and it felt like, because personally I feel like I am a very adventurous and aggressive person. So when I saw the Spartan Race pictures, because it only started in the Philippines, I think 2017. So when I saw the Spartan Race pictures in 2018, that's when I felt like, I think I can also do this. I also want people to see me strong. I also want people to see me not just Blaire as the one who has a work right now, or probably Blaire who had a lot of problems in the past because they saw a lot of my Facebook posts about it, or probably Blaire who is a theater or film actor. I also wanted people to see me as Blaire as the strong guy because he was able to conquer Spartans.
Well, thank you for emphasizing that, Blaire. I know that a lot of people at some point in their life felt that I'm not doing the thing that I wanted, and it's really a turning point at many people. But I think that's a very strong decision that, of course, it will change a lot of things in your life, your perspective, your status. A lot of things will change, but that's really a very strong move. So, Blaire, I know that you are working right now, and it's really one of the struggle because we have to be practical at the same time. People, especially here in the Philippines, know that not all of us are really given that privilege in terms of their finances and all. And I know that you're currently working, and I know that we have a lot of people in that situation where they want to pursue their passion. They want to pursue their the other side of them, the one that they really like to do. However, they don't have that time, and they just can't quit their job, of course. So now you have a job, and then of course you have those other sidelines, I should say. So how did you manage your time?
Actually, it's kind of sad. It's because I don't feel that I was able to manage my time really well. It was just really me showing up every and just being committed and just being present in the moment whenever or wherever I go. So if ever I am at work, I make sure that I am productive at work. If, for example, whenever I have projects as an actor, I make sure that I am also productive and effective as an actor. If ever I'm training for Spartan race, I make sure that my body is ready for a training, or my body, or I am emotionally, physically, and mentally ready for a Spartan race. So it's just really about making sure that uh, so it's just really about balancing everything. I can't really I don't really have like the the recipe or the formula. Actually, looking back right now, I'm kind of surprised I was able to balance all those things in the past. But siguro what I just did before, I just showed up, and whenever I show up, I make sure that my 110% best is always there. So so if ever I'm not at work, and then I have a project, and as an actor, I make sure that 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 I give my best as an actor. But if, for example, that I am at work and there are projects while I am at work, well, it was I have to choose my work first, because that's my priority. So I guess it's just about priorities.
Totoo naman yan. And
Yeah.
even in my team right now, you know that I have a lot of people under me, and I really encourage them to take their leaves, especially that it's, you know, if it's very important. I am very supportive, whatever their the field that they wanted to, as long as they can still balance. Because if we it's really called the work-life balance, of course, in our industry, especially in the BPO. It's very complicated, you know, and I think if we will allow our people to at least breathe sometimes, and then, of course, support them with their passion and give that leave. That's why it's given that, you know, every month you have a paid leave. That's why you have to encourage them as well to live their life, and of course separate work at the same time. So Blaire, let's talk about that theater. I know that there are several performances that you know, you had that role, and I'm looking into, or I want to ask you, among all of those characters, I should say, what is your most memorable performance?
My most memorable performance. Um, so I always consider all of my performances as my memorable performances, because I really make sure that I give my 110% best whenever I am, wherever I am. But if there's one performance that stood out, based on my experience, probably that would have been the Love You Hehe. It was a monologue that was written by Mark Gosson, our founder and director and writer of Ampalaya Monologues. Ampalaya Monologues is a collection of bitter stories of life and love performed through monologues. Because when that monologue was written and was given to me, um, I wouldn't say it was given to me, but I was asked to perform it first. So I was the first actor to perform that monologue. And then I was surprised that that monologue will be adapted as an I Want series, or as a series in ABS-CBN I Want TFC. Right now it's called I Want TFC, but before it was just I Want TV. Um, and then when they got that monologue to be adapted to that series, I was also casted. I was one of the cast as well. But when I was performing that monologue live, I was performing it as if I was the bida. I was the actor. Pero when I was casted na for the I Want series, of course they have to cast a showbiz personality. So
True.
ang kinas nila doon si Karina Bautista and Aljon Mendoza from PBB. So ako, when they casted me, I played the role of Aljon's best friend in that series. So I guess yun yung nag-stood out for me. It's because I guess it was my first major project because I was only performing on stage, but I never really imagined I would ever act in front of a camera and will be played on I1 TFC. So ayun.
Yeah, and speaking of camera, I remember I think one time, I think it's recent where you joined like a competition for, for a hunt, or is that a star hunt? I'm not sure.
Yeah. Yeah. It was Star Hunt. It was because last year, I saw that Star Hunt posted a poster that they will be looking for actors who wants to audition for Be the Star. So I was interested. It's because it was in the middle of the pandemic, and I really thought that probably I have to audition. It's because I don't think that there will be like flavors in my year for 2020. It's because everyone is locked down. All projects were shut down. Or not, or if not all, probably most of the projects were shut down because of the pandemic. So I was already like demotivated last year that probably nothing special will happen to me this year. And when I saw that post from Star Hunt, I thought, okay, let's try to audition. Probably kung makuha ako, then something great will happen. But if di ako makuha, then that's fine. At least I tried, diba? And I was surprised. So I auditioned June. Star Hunt contacted me almost August, almost end of July. And when they contacted me, I was really surprised. Oh, I'm part of the top 50 of Star Hunt. So it was a competition. It was an acting competition. The prize that you will get is that if you will be the winner, you will have a contract with Star Hunt. But I only lasted until top 18. It's because it requires not only your acting skills but also voting from the audience.
True. And I think that's a very interesting journey, and I even saw I think one of the videos where I think that's an audition for PBB. I'm not sure if it's really or it's related to the Star Hunt.
Um, the same staff from Star Hunt who assisted us during Be the Star, it was the same staff who were also assigned for PBB. So they also sent us instructions if ever we want to choose to audition for PBB. So everyone in my batch for Be the Star chose to audition. At first, I didn't feel like auditioning because it felt like there will be a lot of people who will audition and I might only have like probably 1% chance to get in, right? Compared to Be the Star, wherein I feel like, okay, to be honest, in Be the Star, I kind of have like that feeling that I will get in. But for PBB, I didn't really have that motivation at first to audition. It's because I felt like I will not be accepted because I'm sure that there will be millions of people who will audition for that show and only 12 people will enter the house. So, but then after like siguro 3 weeks, I submitted my video because everyone in my batch in Be the Star submitted their videos. So when I saw that they all posted their videos, I also posted mine.
Thank you for that, Blaire. So a lot of people would like to pursue their dreams, pursue their passion. So what do you think, or how do you, or if you will be given a chance to tell to a person, how are you going to tell him that that person can pursue his passion at the same time working?
Probably I would be upfront to that person. I would tell that person that you can never achieve your dreams if you don't start working on it right now. Because if I didn't realize before that, if I didn't have that turning point before it, I was already growing older and that I was kind of scared that if I grow older, if I will soon have my family, I may not be able to to experience or achieve my dreams anymore. The, the thought of it really scared me when I had that turning point in my life. So I really worked hard. I really I took the first step. I took the risk. So it was because it was a very new environment for the theater. It was a very new environment for me after being in college, for a business course, after working for how many years, and then I will transition to theater. It was a scary environment to be in. But then probably what I would just tell that person is just, you can never achieve your dreams if you will not start working on it right now. So don't overthink, don't think on it too much. The universe will hear you if you just start working on your dreams. So the more you think that probably it's scary, the more you think that you may not achieve your dreams at all, you may not be very good at all for your dreams, the universe can hear you, and it will never happen really. You will never really achieve your dreams.
I think that will be the last question. Of course, I will not ask. I will not. Pass this chance to ask for a sample of few lines.
Sample.
I know you're not prepared because I didn't brief you for that, but I would love to, or our of course viewers and subscribers would love to hear a sample, like even just few lines of your monologue.
So probably, kasi kalimut na ko sa love you I'll just do one of the monologues I performed in the past. Heto na naman tayo. Ganito na ba palagi? Nabubuhay na tayo para lumimot, hinihilom ang mga sugat para lang muling magdugo, naghahanap para muling mawalan, binibigay ang sarili para muling masaktan, paulit-ulit, parang walang katapusan. Akala ko rin kasi, di pa pala. Ang pag-move on pala ay parang paglilinis ng isang malaking salamin na nawasak. Madaling pulutin yung mga malalaking peraso, pero yung mga maliliit na bubog sa mga sulok-sulok, sa mga gilid-gilid, yun ang mahirap alisin. Madaling burahin yung pangalan mo sa friends list ko, pero mahirap alisin ang pangalan mo sa buhay ko, lalo na tuwing binabanggit ka sa akin ng mga walang yang insensitive na mga kaibigan ko. Yeah.
Alright! I feel that! Grabe ha? Intense! Naiiyak ako. Pero hindi naman ako nag-move on, of course. Pero, grabe talaga yung how you invested your emotion. I think, siguro, it's something na kailangan kong matutunan. Charot. But anyway, Blaire, thank you so much for today's talk. I really appreciate your time. I know that, this is like an ambush, but thank you so much for giving me the chance to, of course, feature you in my channel. And thank you for believing in me, and that, a lot of people will learn from you and will set you as an example. So I'm very excited to share this story. And of course, we will not end our conversation today without a fast talk.
Okay, so okay.
This is also an ambush, so I don't want you to be prepared, of course. So I want to know, or I want to see your reaction and your choices.
Okay.
All right. So ready?
Ready.
Sunrise, sunset.
Sunrise.
Cat or dog?
Cat.
Spartan, theater.
No. Theater.
Work or theater?
Theater.
Alright. One thing that you cannot live without.
Wallet. Joke lang. Recent yan.
Single ba si Blaire?
Single.
Alright, cool. Thank you so much, Blaire. So, Blaire, that ends our conversation, our interview today. And before we'll end, Please, I know that you started your vlogging, and I hope that you will continue that, because I know that people will be interested to watch your story as well as your activity. So I really hope that you will really do that. And for now, can you share your social media accounts or what, or anything that you want to plug? Because I know that you have a show in Kumo. I'm not really in Kumo because I don't know that app, but
Yeah.
share.
Yeah, so for those of you guys who are Kumu users, or if you don't have Kumu yet, please try to download the app and follow me. That's Blaire John Parojinog. My other social media accounts, Instagram at It's Blaire John. Same thing for TikTok at It's Blaire John. And then, so currently right now, I'm doing projects um, and shows on Kumu, so you can just check my shows on my profile there on Kumu, and then probably just catch my next shows on my social media.
Yes, promise I'll download Kumo.
Thank you, thank you.
And thank you so much, Blair. Thank you so much for the inspiration today, and thank you so much for giving us a chance to hear your story. I know that it's not normal to just share our story to the world, but thank you for being so brave today, and thank you for be the source of inspiration to anyone who needs this.
Thank you, Del. Thank you for having me. It's also good to see you again after how many years.
All right. Well, thank you, Blair, and goodbye for now. Thank you so much. You stay safe.
Goodbye.